So I'm here with James Citron of Mogreet, CEO and co-founder. James, what is Mogreet doing?
Well, it's good to see you again. So Mogreet's the leading mobile video marketing and sharing platform, actually in the United States. So what that means is that we found that every single business really in the world wants to tell their story to consumer. That's what marketing and advertising is all about. But the most powerful way to tell that story is in mobile video. So we've built out a technology platform that enables these brands to send video to any consumer's cell phone.
When you say mobile video, you're talking about MMS?
Exactly. So the video format that can reach the most number of consumers, and in America there's 300 million consumers who have cell phones, 295 million of them can receive an MMS video. So even if they're on a feature phone, they're not on an iPhone, they can still receive a video via MMS technology, of which we're the leaders in.
I heard a number that worldwide 90% or 85% of all mobile phones are able to receive MMS.
You hit the number right on the head. I think it's around 80%, and it's really staggering when you think about it. There's 2 billion people around the world who use the internet, and they have a laptop, a computer, and they access the internet that way. Okay? There's 1.8 billion people who actually have a TV at their house. There's 5 billion people around the world who have a cell phone who can get video on that cell phone via MMS technology. So you have almost 3 times the reach of every single TV network combined by using MMS technology.
And it's a very personal device. If I think about myself, just carrying my mobile phone every time with me, I think. And even when I sleep, it lays on my night thing, and well, I have it every time with me. Actually turned off in the night, but well, it's a very cool thing to reach the audience via mobile.
Yeah, well, without question. The statistic that I heard that blew me away is the average consumer looks at their cell phone 140 times a day.
That's crazy.
Right? And it's true of me, right? The first thing I do in the morning is I look at my text messages, then I check my email, then I look at the weather. That's before I've gotten out of bed and brushed my teeth and figured out what I'm going to wear today, right? So I've looked at my phone 3 times. Then during the day, people are, this is their lifeline.
I actually heard 60% of European users, this study is focused to Britain, I think, just let the sounds on in the night while they're sleeping. So the phone is actually getting them out of sleep if it rings.
Right, and they're comfortable with it. There's probably the funniest term that I've heard, and it's been said everywhere this week, is nomophobia. Have you been hearing about this?
No, what's it?
This is the syndrome where people have anxiety when they're separated from their phone. So literally people having panic attacks if they can't find their phone. That's how much of a fundamental part of our life the phone is. A few years ago, we all looked at phones, in particular people who were not early adopters, parents, grandparents, and they said, oh, I just use that thing to make phone calls. Or, it's too confusing, I don't want a BlackBerry. Now, it doesn't matter who you are, man, woman, child, you love your phone. It's so a part of what you do and how you communicate, how you express yourself, that people are actually having panic attacks if they can't find theirs.
Yeah, I saw that once. And what is Mogreet offering to customers and to businesses? And how did you did in the last year in the market?
So what we believe is that this phone is your first screen. And every single brand, every single business wants to reach you on this personal device, obviously, right? If we're attached at the hip, literally, with this phone, businesses want to reach their consumer in a personal, intimate way. So our platform, what we do is we work with retailers, media companies, trade shows, and we help them craft messages, and then we actually do the delivery of that message to a mobile phone. So you take a big brand like Disney in America, obviously a global brand. They know that they want to send a message, a video of a new TV show, a song from one of their albums to consumers on their cell phone, and we make that possible. Over the last year, we've had this unbelievable growth in our business because we bet on 2 things. We bet that this was going to be the primary way that the whole world was going to communicate. It wasn't going to be via making phone calls. It wasn't going to be fax. It wasn't going to be email. It was going to be text messaging. It was going to be the future of communication. The second thing that we bet on was video. If we could build a platform that could deliver video to every single phone, we could build a big business. Well, over the last year, we've seen every brand we talk to says, oh my gosh, if I can deliver high quality video to my customer's cell phone in a personal and intimate fashion, I want to use your platform. So over the last year, we've grown our business over 5 times. Our video volume has grown 1,000% year over year. We do about 75% of all MMS video in the United States that comes from a shortcode goes through the Mogri platform.
That's pretty amazing in numbers. And have you a recent campaign you can show us, or a recent campaign which is very big?
Sure. So a handful of months ago, we were hired by the Republican Party to help them with their mobile marketing campaign. So the Republican Party is actually leveraging what they saw happening around the world with mobile, and not just using text messaging, which the current President Obama used text messaging in 2008, but the RNC, or the GOP as it's more commonly known, wanted to use mobile video to communicate to their audience. So that's what they're doing. I'll show you an example. So the beauty of MMS is it comes in a text message, okay?
Yeah, I think we can see it.
And so literally, you get the video on your phone. Doesn't matter if you're on a data plan or not, you just pops up, you just hit play. And so here's a message from the RNC to prospective voters saying, this is why it's important that you vote for the Republican candidate.
Pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah, it's incredibly powerful because you think about not only just pushing out video messages, but what about if you're interested in education or healthcare, or immigration, or the economy? You can actually personally reach out to each individual constituent and deliver a targeted video message to tell your story.
Okay, that's pretty cool. During political campaign via MMS, I think no one in Germany would actually get to that point, because in Germany everyone thinks MMS is just sending pictures. I think most of the people in Germany don't even know that you can send videos via MMS.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to show them how to do that, aren't we?
I think so. So, and you are also the founder of Mogri. What moved you to found Mogri? What idea was behind it, and why you're keeping on to do it?
Well, I spent the first 6 years prior to Mogri kind of at the intersection of mobile technology, content, and social networking. And I'll never forget this. In 2002, I was in Hong Kong during Chinese New Year. And everywhere I looked, this is kind of it's a holiday where people typically go spend time with their families. The whole country shuts down. Everywhere I looked, it was people like this, looking down at their phones, sending text message greeting cards. And they were using MMS technology, because MMS is the only technology that can deliver content to every single phone. And I said, that's fascinating. Adults who you wouldn't even imagine sending text messages were sending greeting cards to and from one another. So I said, that's fascinating. That same consumer behavior is going to start happening around the world. That was in 2002. So a few years later, I said, you know what, let's start Mogreet, which Mogreet stands for mobile greeting, and it was based on that same premise. We have to build a platform that can deliver the best content to every single phone.
And it was obviously the right decision. So, James, thank you for meeting me again. Thank you for the interview and the whole insight into Mogreet.
Well, we always end every interview with saying one thing. Mogreet!